I'm Tom Gage, Professor of English at Humboldt State University. Jim Moffett and I were friends for 35 years. The film you're about to see I took in 1996, 2 months before he passed away. We were to present papers at the Chicago conference of the National Council of Teachers of English, and he called me up saying he was too ill to attend, and essentially what you are about to see was what I presented for him. This film was financed by Robert Romano, who was working with Jim to develop the Writing Trek program, reinvigorating on CDs the old Interaction series. Enjoy.
In a way, I'm an unlikely person to be talking about computer technology in education. As you can tell from my age, I did not grow up as a computer nerd, and I'm not particularly handy with computers, and I don't know anything that most of you don't know. And I certainly have reservations. I would hate to see children spending too much time on computers. We could, if we weren't careful, we could raise a race of cripples, emotional, physical, social, and I do worry about that. On the other hand, I'm not like some of my old colleagues in my teaching days in the classroom when some of the English teachers would brag that they couldn't run machines, not even the famous ditto machines of that era. And I don't believe in the kind of opposition that Persig was talking about in Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. You know, he's talking about this dichotomy between the technology and humanities, between the motorcyclist and the philosopher. And of course Persig was both, and so was Leonardo. Well, I believe more along that line. And what I want to give you here are some thoughts I've had about how the technology of today might make it possible to do better some things in language arts that myself and others were trying some 20 or 25 years ago. In other words, how this technology might help us realize better some old goals and to carry forward some efforts we're making toward a student-centered learning by doing project-organized curriculum, which is based, in my way of thinking, on what I call the 3 I's. This is my response to the 3 R's. But first, let me explain briefly the 3 I's. These are individualization, interaction, and integration, the 3 things that I think are essential to have a good educational program, with the emphasis on the individualizing, which I would carry to extreme point of customizing, actually tailoring the curriculum to fit each individual student, giving them lots and lots of choice as counseled by the teachers. I think this is really paramount for solving most problems we have in education. And I think the best alternative schools always move very far in the direction of individualizing. But it's always been very, very difficult to do. The second is interaction. This is certainly social interaction, human interaction, with people nearby and people at a distance electronically. It's also interaction among different learning modalities, different media, means, methods, materials. In other words, a thoroughgoing pluralism that affords lots of choice among the means, the interaction of synergism there. And it's also interaction among subjects or disciplines, which takes us to the 3rd I, integration. In other words, a thoroughly integrated curriculum in which the learning is organized around the student and around realistic projects that naturally entail all the subjects, rather than organizing around the subjects as we have done traditionally. So those are the 3 I's briefly. What I'll do is try to say, sketch out how I think today's computer technology can implement each of the I's. The first one, individualizing, this has always been extremely difficult. And this is why we still, in all these years, even though teachers and parents believe in it very, very much, it's never really been done.